Hey, John 316 Film School. This is Susan in Seattle, Washington, USA. I have not got my makeup on. I'm just getting dressed, having my coffee. And I saw the situation online that they were talking about you having to go to the police station. And that reminded me of something that I need to tell you. I have a very busy day ahead of me, so that's why I'm not able to put makeup on at the moment and all that, because once I get dressed, put makeup on and all that, I'll be heading out the door. So this is a quick lesson. So anyway, but it reminded me. And then this is something that people in the neighborhood might be able to do who's not actually a film student, but they can get their film credits by being what is called a unit publicist. Now, I actually have 6 credits, I believe now, on being a unit publicist. My degree from college was in journalism, which is like a newspaper reporter. And so I'm very good at writing, publicity, all that type stuff. And so to get 6 credits as a unit publicist, Publicist, on IMDb, the Internet Movie Database, is pretty exciting, and I want to keep building my publicity credits. But anyway, I wanted to tell you a little bit what I do, because that might help. So anyway, if you have someone in the neighborhood or the city around you who is very good at writing, at interviewing, at taking film pictures, taking still pictures, all that type of thing, communication basically in writing or social media, you really need to have one person appointed to do that role as a unit publicist. And like I said, there are 400 positions, I will say, on movies, film sets. That's why for a true Hollywood film, sometimes you'll have as many as 2,000 people on the names at the credits at the end, because it takes a lot of work and it takes a lot of detail. So you could have somebody wing it and do the publicity who's also a film student, but it's just a lot harder. If you could find someone or recruit someone who's a specialist in print and visual communications, that would be great. And then they can get their name every time. So, what does a unit publicist do? Okay, so a unit publicist does all the publicity for the film set, for the film production, for each individual film being made, for the school in general. And so they take photographs of the set when you are producing, when you're working on props, location, all that. You take photographs, you edit them, you make them look really good. So that's why they need to know how to do still photography and edit the pictures. Even with the phone, it's just a real simple thing to edit it to make the picture look better. But if you have someone talented in taking photographs, it's even better, because that person knows the best positions, best lighting, best angles, all that type stuff. Then you set up a separate media account just for social media to put the pictures on. You can also put it on your regular account, but you also need your own email, if possible, for the unit publicist. So then they can have files of their photographs. And also, if they know how to do graphics, like art graphics, marketing graphics, animated graphics, things like that, that's even better. I'm getting old. I forget the name right now of what you call it. But anyway, and then it all goes through their email as the Publicist. So they put pictures on IG. They send out the pictures and updates on what's happening. You need to have one regular day, which I have not been doing to you all, and I apologize from the bottom of my heart. That's why I told Veronica I'm going to get more efficient for 2025. I'm really working on my own branding, my own publicity, my own getting my business together. So that's the other thing, branding, logos, that's all kind of works with someone who's in marketing. But the publicity is different from marketing, because marketing also does commercials, ads, like for newspapers, TV shows. So that's a whole nother thing. The unit publicist mainly works on print and social media. And so they don't have to worry about making commercial ads and films and stuff like that. So anyway, so what I'm going to do, I'm getting more efficient. This 2024 was a year of transition, of figuring out what God wanted me to do, finishing up some projects, starting other projects, etc., etc. So the transition is over now. And so for 2025, he showed me how to carry on all the plans, everything that he's done for 2024. So once a week at least, and if they can, twice a week, you send out updates on what the school or what the individual productions are doing. You don't give away secrets at all. Like if the film project has a unique twist, or if it's funny or whatever, all you would say is we're doing a comedy about, and you have a basic log line. I'm sure y'all know about log lines, but I'm not completely sure. So a log line is one sentence or less about the film. For example, you say, a farmer must find a way to stop the disease that is hurting his cattle. You see, I did not use there the character's name. I did not give details, but I gave just a basic log line, because you don't want to give away your secrets, which for ministry is what I've done for 40 years in film and entertainment when I was in theater before film. I have given away so many secrets and cool ideas and advice and all that type of stuff to people who went and made money off of them. And I needed to do that for ministry, but it's like now that I'm single and older, it's like the Lord said, I want you to start turning this into a business. So when you give away your secrets, your cool ideas or whatever, other people will take those ideas. And if you don't have them on film or in print or in social media, etc., for proof, then they are legally able to do that. So that's why you keep it pretty general, but you put the film students are working on a project this week. The working title is... So a working title means the title at that moment, but you might change the title to a different title once it's actually filmed and in production, because a lot of times you don't want to give away completely what it is. You might say it's a mystery, it's a drama, it's a comedy, but you may not want to tell exactly what the plot is until you get it all figured out or whatever. So that's why the unit publicist still talks about, you might say, this week we are working on a comedy and we had a funny incident happen with this little dog. And then you take a picture of the dog or whatever. Or these students are doing really well so-and-so is the director. So it doesn't have to be that long, maybe this much on your newsletter, and you don't talk about your needs, but at the end, you put a separate little black bold thing that said donation needs, at least in English, donation needs, and then you can put, we need food, we need supplies, we need notebooks, we need blah, blah, blah. But you don't put a whole thing about it, because if you're asking every week, and you're going into details, people are just going to turn it off. The exciting part is you talk about what's going on. Okay, that's number 1. So the weekly newsletter, photographs is number 2. Number 3, what the unit publicist does is they have meetings when possible with those who are wealthy or those who are influential. And again, you don't talk about your needs the whole time. You just say, I want to tell you about our film school. And so say we call our city official who's over the city the mayor. Not sure what you call yours. But anyway, say you have a meeting with the mayor. You schedule it, you call them, you act professional, wear your best clothes. You say, can we meet and schedule a time with the mayor? And then if possible, you have 2 or 3 students who are well-spoken, can keep their emotions professional, and then you meet with the mayor, you meet with church leaders, can be all different kind of church leaders, and you tell them, we want to make you aware about our film school. And so then you just tell them about some of the funny stories or exciting stories, and then at the end, you say, a few supplies that we could use donations for are pencils, or notebooks, or film, real film. In case y'all use film cameras, I'm sure you use digital. We need computers, we need beds, we need bed sheets. We want to set up a dorm. But you make that as brief as possible. That is not the thing. You really appeal to the excitement of having film in the area. You say, it's so exciting, we have film in the area. The more filming that we can do, we can start bringing in people. We can bring, if we could eventually grow to have celebrities come to the area, we'd do this and that. You see, you figure out with your culture how you can make the film industry exciting, and they want to be a part of it. So, a lot of times they are secular or they are not Christian. So, speaking about it, you talk about faith-based, but at the same time you use diplomacy. And the other thing is, okay, so that's 3. Have meetings with the wealthy and the influential if you can, and talk to them about, just tell them what's going on with your film school and how cool it is and all that. Number 4 is you have speakers. So the unit publicists are the directors of the film school. Whoever's leading and directing, schedule talks at the schools, schedule talks at the churches, schedule talks at the civic events, the Chamber of Commerce, which is what we call like the business club and everything. Try to keep it 30 to 45 minutes at the most, because otherwise it becomes too long and boring. And tell them about the film school. That's publicity. And so all these things will bring publicity, and then all of this you put in the newsletter. Oh, we have a talk scheduled for this week, meeting with the business leaders of our area. You can put that in the newsletter. Don't put people's names and stuff like that unless you have their permission. Like maybe Veronica went to have a speech today, but you put those in the newsletters. You put them in the Instagram. You put them on the Facebook. Little bits, not too long or people won't read it. So that's about ready to be my time. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Gotta go.